All right, so let's get started. We'll take our 5 minutes on the mat to just get a little centered, listen to a 5-minute grounding, little meditation, and then we'll go into our foam rolling and stretching technique warm up with class and the phrase. All right, here we go.
Welcome to today. Allow your eyes to open with gratitude in the breath of oxygen that you breathe so easily, and in the atmosphere of everything you touch. You see today as an opportunity to feel every positive emotion and give back positivity to anyone you meet. It's much harder and costs a lot more energy to be negative. Let yourself be free in the giving and receiving of the flowing energy of others. Notice where your path will lead today, even from small goals that bring some kind of peace to you within. Be aware of how your body is guiding you in the right direction, from sensing willingness to move forward without hesitation. Where there is hesitation, perhaps a moment to contemplate is needed. You want the best for yourself, and if that means sitting on an idea or something that someone says, then patience to gain a visualization of where that path will lead is the best solution. It's okay to pause for a while, to think about things. Sometimes doing things on the spur of the moment can cause unnecessary upset. And by taking the time to delve into your intuition, you can make the best decisions for yourself. Go about today with a light feeling of freshness. Feel as though your feet are floating on air. This is how you will find positivity. Be open to new ideas. Take a different approach, guided by your intuition or your first thought. Do everything with a deliberate and positive action. You are your own destiny. Everything felt by you, from your emotions and mood, can be controlled better with awareness. Your feel of the day will improve by noticing the small things around. Like a garden you pass that you never saw before, or the true intentions of someone you know. See positivity from everything in this day. As you open up your intuition, you can only gain and advantage yourself. Give yourself permission to ask the questions needed to clarify what you need to know and to where it may lead. Today is yet another opportunity to better your life. Question motives of others and yourself to see the true intent, clearing up confusions of any clouded situations. let the sun inside you shine with a warmth of positive rays that attract only like-minded people. Be free by starting your day with a deep and fresh inhalation of positive and refreshing oxygen. And as you release even slower, you feel ready to take your first step into today.
All right, we're gonna stay on the mat. I'm just gonna put a light on to continue us. Oh, okay, good. Got some light there. And got some light here. Okay, excellent. So yeah, let's remain seated on the floor, and you'll just follow along with me as we get into our body on this Thursday morning. All right. Sip my coffee. Okay, and in your seated position, just gonna drop our chin to our chest. Taking a moment here to breathe, feeling the spine elongating up towards the ceiling. And that the skull is just slightly curved over, but I'm not hunched down in my spine. It's actually lifting the spine further and further and further towards the ceiling. And from here, we're gonna lift the head just to neutral, and then bring your right ear to the right shoulder, dropping both shoulders down the spine. And we're going to continue our curve towards the front, lifting up the spine, back of the neck, moving back to neutral, and left ear to left shoulder, opening up that right side a little bit more, gently just breathing, and drop your chin to your chest. Bringing them back up to neutral. And now let's just take some half circles. So we'll bring our right ear to the right shoulder, drop the head down, and then just look to the left and drop the head down, and look to the right all the way directly to the side and drop. Just finding gentle motion in the neck, releasing some of that tension in the shoulders by allowing the blood to flow there. And the next time that you're facing the left, you'll continue your circle up towards the ceiling and over towards the right, and look back up the wall to the ceiling on the other side, and look to the left, and again to the right and left. And let's just do two more here. So to the right and left. And now let's drop the chin down and make a full circle towards the right, up and around. Really seeing the space. So it's not about the ear to the shoulder. It's about seeing and turning your head all the way. And when you get to the right, let's reverse that circle and bring it down. And look to the left and up around to the ceiling. Looking to the right and down. We're going to take 4 of these, so this is 2, and this is 3, and one more is going to be 4. Very good. And when the chin is down to the center, we'll lift up in the middle, finding a neutral spine, and let's just contract back, so rocking off the pelvis, and then lifting up. Again, rocking back, rounding over, and coming up nice and tall. And rocking back, breathing as we go, and sitting tall. I'm also creating some resistance by having my hands on the front of my knees, putting a little tension in the arms, and coming up. Slide the arms out to the side, and we'll have our left arm come out, and gently just rock over, and lift up, and then really coming up through the center. So I'm not just crouching over, but I'm really feeling that arc up and over, lengthening the spine. And back up, really coming through neutral and letting the head be heavy. And back up. And to the right. And up. And this time we go to the left. Let's lift that right arm up and over. And just hang here for a second. And so I'm really resisting and pushing into the floor on the left side. I'm not just collapsed down, but finding that opposition to support, opening up and lengthening in your QLs, the side body. And pulling yourself up. And we'll slide the right hand out and do the same thing on the opposite side, lifting the left arm up and over, finding resistance in the right side of the floor, opening up and spiraling towards the front. My arm is close to my ear, and out to come up, and we'll do that again on the right, with the right arm up and over, really resisting and pushing into the floor, finding opportunity to open up the spine, open up the side body, and up and over. One more time with the left arm up. Again, pushing into the floor, finding that resistance. And from here, I'm going to take my left arm and curve forward and just reaching both arms in front of me. And I'm going to just rock side to side in the torso. Again, I'm feeling the blood being able to circulate, warming up the back of the body, and rolling up. Ooh. Very good. Let's contract back down. We're going to drop our head down towards our feet. And then extend the arms forward. And my hips are up off the floor in the back. And then just gently rock side to side. Breathing here for a moment. Allowing the body to respond. And then rolling up. And what I'm going to have us do is change legs. So whatever leg was in front, just replace that. And we're going to contract back and drop the head down towards the feet. And lengthen the spine forward and reach the arms in front of you. And just rock side to side. And bring yourself up. Very good. And what I'm going to have us do today is come into our a nice tabletop of four points on the floor. If you want, if you have your little knee pads, you can go ahead and grab that. If not, that's fine. But if you need a cushion, you can grab maybe a towel or a shirt or something. And you'll have your shoulders over your wrist. We're going to take a couple cat-cows. So what I want us to also think about is the feet, so that the feet are not arched up or that the toes are not scrunched, but that you're really lengthening and trying to feel the top of the foot connecting to the floor. And we're going to contract in, dropping the head, opening up the back, and then we're going to arch out, looking up towards the ceiling as much as we can, and contracting in, dropping the head, feeling the scapula slide to the side of the back, and then feeling the scapula move closer to each other, and again, sliding the scapula to the side, widening the back, and bringing the scapula together. Let's do two more. This is one. And open up. Opening up that chest a little more each time. And this is two. And looking out. And we're going to drop our head to the right and take circles around until the pelvis is moving. Also in circles in relationship to the head. This is 3. And one more is 4. And let's reverse that and head go the opposite direction. And pelvis moving away and then towards the center and then away. Going through that contraction and just finding a little bit of range of motion. And this is 3. Oh, yes. And this is 4. Very good. And let's send when you come back to neutral, let's send the pelvis back into a child's pose. And feel free to bring the toes a little closer together. You can widen the knees. And then I'm pushing into the floor, so I'm not just relaxing down, but I want to create some opposition in the body in order for the muscles to be able to respond and allow the oxygen to flow into the fibers. Widening the back and feeling the armpits rotating towards the floor. Ooh, very good. And we're going to stay here on your shins, and I'm just going to bring my hands behind me and lift the pelvis up, opening up the chest. Stretching the top of the legs, the quads. Just a little bit. And coming back down. Ooh. For me, I feel like I need to stretch my wrists because my wrists are not the most flexible. Even in my gymnastics days, they were always a source of pain. And we're going to put the hands behind us and just one more time lift the pelvis up. And really trying to straighten the arms behind us and finding a little bit of stretch and length in the front of the legs. And coming down. Very good. All right, let's get on to our foam roller. Hopefully, we can roll our shoulders back. I don't know if I feel like maybe I need to do that a little bit too. I didn't even think of that. Ooh, my neck and shoulders are like they're always like a place that's really tight for me. So there's that. You know what? Actually, before we get on the foam roller, I want to actually do this in reverse. So usually we get on the foam roller and start with the torso and the back. Today I want to actually start with the feet and the legs. So if you have your foam roller, you can use your foam roller. If you have like a pinky ball or a lacrosse ball or tennis ball available to you, you can use that. That's what I'm going to use because I really want to target my calf, and y'all know that I've been on this little journey for some weeks now. But I'm just going to put the ball, actually let me do it the outside leg so you can see. Very good. Woo! Hello, yes. So I'm just rolling the ball over the muscle, trying to relax. I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher. So I'm really trying to loosen up my ankles, and part of being able to do that has to do with that calf connection, right? If the calves are really tight, then they end up pulling on everything that's below it, right? Because if it's seizing like this, it's going to also contract and constrict whatever's attached to it. So obviously that goes right into your ligaments and your feet and the muscles in your feet. And so if you're feeling like you have tight ankles, this is one of the things that you want to be sort of focusing on to relieve some of that tension. Also for me, I have a lot of tightness on the outside of my leg, and that's also adjusting some of my alignment for me. So I want to make sure that I'm giving the bottom of my legs on the outside some good attention and focus. And I like the ball better because it's a lot more targeted. I'm able to really find like the one spot and work through that and then work my way down. With the foam roller, I don't feel like I have enough pressure, and it's hard for it to be targeted because it's so large. So I really like the ball. Very good. I'm just gonna go to the outside of the ankle now. Woo! Hello, yes. So finding that. I also was experiencing the beginning of some shin splints on my right leg, and I was like, oh, what we're not going to do is that. We need to be like stretching all of that out. So I'm very grateful for today and the opportunity to be able to do this with you. Just stabilizing the foot and getting into the side of the ankle, the top of the ankle, just rolling all the way around, and then moving down the foot. Very good. Nice. And I'm going to go to the ball of the foot and get into those arches. All right, we just need a little circulation in there. I'm going to stretch the toes. Nice. And the back of the ankle. All right, very good. From here, a few weeks ago, or maybe a month now, we talked about the outside, the ankle, and so I'm taking my 2 fingers and sort of just bringing in a little bit of circulation around the ankle joint and allowing the blood to flow here. Just doing a little bit of touch points. And I told y'all a while ago that I had did a little consult with a PT, and this was one of the recommendations, was really getting into the joint and into that little like nook between your Achilles tendon and the ankle bone, and just bringing in a little bit of circulation in there. And I'm doing it on both sides, also on the outside of the ankle and the top here, getting into that. We don't really think about our feet, so we just need to spend a little bit of time with that, and that requires like your fingers, your hands to get into those like tiny places. Making a few circles. Very good. All right, I'm gonna do the other foot. Shake that out a little bit. Nice. We're gonna go to the other side, and maybe I'll switch my position so my downstage leg will be more visible. Woo! Hello. My right leg is probably the leg that I use more for like stabilizing and balance and turns and all of that. Even when I'm just standing like waiting for the train, or if I'm standing doing dishes or whatever, I have a tendency to favor my right side, and I don't stand like on top of it. I like lean into my hip, and so that throws the alignment off. And because I spend so much time just on the daily on that, I think that it just has overworked the muscles in a way that's starting to affect some of my alignment stuff. So it's not terrible news, it's not terrible to experience, it's just, you gotta bring your awareness to that and spend a little time making adjustments. And one of those adjustments is really doing this work here with this lacrosse ball. Woo! And getting into the, oh my god, I feel like it's very painful. If it's painful for you, that's okay. I'm with you. But it's important. That pain is just like the buildup of all that lactic acid. And we want to break that up. Very good. I'm going to move down a little closer to the ankle. And at the bottom of the calf, as the calf is beginning to connect into that Achilles. I'm going to go to the outside of the leg. Very good. Yeah, I didn't realize like how overdeveloped my legs are on the outside, and my mom is like bow-legged. Like my mom's legs are like this. And so that's just part of my genetics, and I see it in my own alignment as well. I mean, yes, I'm a dancer, so my body awareness is there to help and, combat some of that, but I can see it in my knee. Like my knee is like, my leg goes straight like this, and then my knee takes like a turn and goes to the side a little bit, and then the second half of my leg, it's like this, and then my knee goes like that, my kneecap, and then like the rest of my leg is out here. So it's already, structurally, I'm already set up to be bow-legged. And so I think that that's what also influences, the way that I stand and like how I feel comfortable. Like I feel comfortable really leaning on the outside. And when I look at my shoes, if you look at the heel, the outside of my heel is like worn all the way down because I'm on the outside of my feet. Which is also why I like the Horton technique, because it's so parallel that it forces me to have to work the inside of the legs. And strengthening those muscles, which is what I'm gonna need, for the rest of my life, because I already have weak insides of the legs. So it's all good to be in parallel, even if we're like not trying to be some kind of like professional dancer extraordinaire and have like a career in dance. It's really important to have body awareness and body intelligence. Just for our overall well-being. All right, very good. I'm gonna just adjust and go into these ankles a little bit. And so again, finding that point in between the ankle bone and the Achilles tendon, and just bringing a little bit of pressure in there with my fingers, especially for me on the outside of my ankle, again because of the overdevelopment of the outside of the bottom part of my leg. The outside of my ankle gets affected by that, and I always have like a little bit of swelling in there, and maybe that's from when I was a kid and sprained my ankle. I sprained my ankle, I was doing gymnastics maybe, or point, believe it or not. And I actually remember we were I danced at a studio growing up that was like competing as a way of whatever, building, you know, bonds and building relationships with kids and blah blah. So we used to compete, and believe it or not, I competed in point one year, and I was like, I sprained my ankle like maybe the week before, and my mom gave me like some kind of home remedy to like fix the sprain, taped it up, and then like competed in these point shoes. Crazy, like who does these things? Also, looking back, I'm like, girl, why was you in point? Very good. All right, and just bring a little bit of circulation and love into the rest of the foot. Awesome. Let's get onto our foam roller. I'm just gonna put my socks back on because it is, believe it or not, a little bit, my feet is like a little chilly. Even though I'm in a tank top, but it looks like the sun is out. Don't be fooled. The weather is cool-ish. Although I think today's supposed to be close to 70, so I'm not mad at it. And I'm hoping that I'll have time to be outside. Woo! Okay. So sending the foam roller to the lower part of the spine. Ooh, supporting the foam roller with my hands, and just dropping the pelvis side to side. So I'm really at the top of the quad, top of the glute. Finding a little bit of relief and just being gentle at first and keeping the motion continuous. Very good. And I'm going to stay on this outside. And I'm going to come up and go over to the other side. Very nice, and back to center. And feet on the floor. And I'm going to roll myself down. Just go ahead and start to get into my back. And with each roll, sort of incrementally moving myself up to higher and higher points on my back. Engaging the abdominals to help support what's happening. So there's always going to be, you know, moments of opposition or moments of where one muscle group is supporting a position or a shape in the body. That's really important to us. That way other muscle groups don't have to compensate, you know, for the lack of support in other areas. And as we know, it's my upper back and my shoulders that are really tight, so I always spend a little bit more time at the top, but you should spend time rolling out whatever is feeling like it needs the most attention for you. Very good. I'm gonna open up. And so now I'm finding my deltoids and my shoulders. I'm gonna roll myself over to the side and just rolling back and forth over that shoulder and getting into my tricep a little bit. So moving down the arm. Very good. I'm gonna stay here on that tricep. Just roll that out. And roll out the forearm. Very good. I'm gonna go to the other side. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Nice. Woo. I'm finding that position on the back of my shoulder blade, just rolling to get right into that crevice and extending the arm and moving into the into that tricep. Yikes. To interesting because I can even feel it down into my forearm. Again, my right side, I mean, I'm right-sided in most things in my life, so there's a lot more tension on that right side in general. Very good. Now I'm going to just come to that forearm. Nice. We're going to switch on over to the front of the body. And again, we don't want to be on the joint of the knee, so I'm setting myself up at the lowest part of the calf right above the knee, and I'm just going to engage my abdominals to roll myself out. Woo! Yes, finding wherever it is that you need to spend a little bit more time in that quad, whatever part of the quad is maybe a little bit tighter, that's what you want to bring your attention to. Woo! Go to the other side. Very good. And I'm going to come to the top of my hips before I go into my IT band. So I got to be a little bit on one side, just to sort of get into that crease, and making sure that you're breathing the entire time. And we come over to the other side. Nice. And we're going to walk ourselves up, and I'm going to go to my IT band. So sitting on the back, starting on the back or the outside of the hip first. Ooh. We're going to be doing tables today, so we want to make sure that our glutes are prepared. And so in that IT band, finding a little bit of rolling on those diagonals. And the IT band wraps all the way around. So it starts back here and comes around the side of the leg and connects into the knee. So yeah, being on the outside. Woo! Very nice. I'm gonna go to the other side. Again, finding the outside. And it really, the IT band is sort of goes across the muscle. Very good. Ooh, we're having a seat. And I'm just gonna gently just do a little bit more in the calves. You can roll the legs in and out. It's funny because I feel all the like little clicking in there. I'm like, oh my goodness. Ooh. All right, very good. Let's put our foam roller to the side and go into our hips a little bit. So I got my blocks ready, and I got my little knee pad ready, knee square. Let's bring the left leg in front, and I have one hand on either side and setting up that right knee and gently just rocking front and back, allowing that blood to flow into and around the muscles so that when we stretch, we're actually like lubricated and not just stretching cold, right? Really important to make sure that there's like blood flow first, and then we'll stay to the front the next time we look forward. And in this position, I want you to think about engaging those lower abdominals, opening up the chest. So I'm not forcing myself down into my hips, but I'm actually lifting up and allowing the length to happen, because that's really what you want. You know, if we're pressing into the hip, then you're just creating more tension. And I'm not trying to pull. I'm not trying to like stretch it like this. I'm trying to stretch it straight across. And so in order to do that, I've got to find that support. Otherwise, I'm going to be like overstretching it like that, curved, and that puts a lot of pressure on the middle. We don't want to curve so much. We want to lift and find length. Very good. I'm going to press the back toe under and lift the knee up. Again, giving weight to the front of the hands. And keeping the hips square, you can step that back foot in a little bit and straighten both legs. Relax the head. You can shake your head, yes or no. Come back down to that lunge. And again, bring the tailbone up and drop the head. Keeping the hips square. And bending that knee and sending the foot back. Let's put the back knee on the floor. And send the hips back and flex the front foot. We'll lift the toes and just wag the foot side to side. We're stretching out that hamstring a little bit. This is always a little tough for me because my calves are so tight that this really does not feel great. But I know it's good for me. Ooh, I'm coming back towards the front. Very good. And let's actually go to our pigeon right away. So I'm going to take this left foot and walk it over towards the right side and then bring my knee down and try to find some squareness in the pelvis, making sure that it's really about the alignment more than anything, because if your body is aligned, then the muscles and tendons can respond accordingly. But if we're just kind of going for a shape that's not in relationship to the squareness and alignment of the body, you're going to struggle to find benefit in the stretch. And so you all know that I take my block and I'm going to put it underneath my hip on the outside, and that gives me that support to just relax into this position. I'm trying to get my shoulders square in line with my pelvis. And again, that support is creating the environment and opportunity for the muscles to just relax and open on their own terms, as opposed to me forcing them to go into a position that maybe they're not ready for. I'm going to walk my hands up, finding a little bit more length, and again, really engaging those lower abdominals to help support that opening. I'm going to remove the block and allow the hip to settle down a little. Ooh, this feels good. Very good. I'm going to rock back off of my sit bone, off of my, whatever, out of that position. And for my feet flat on the floor. And then drop side to side, taking a few windshield wipers. And then we're going to get ready to do the other side. Very good. Let's bring that right leg front. Again, setting up my blocks. Walking that right foot forward and gently just finding a little bit of range of motion. It doesn't have to be super deep right away. I'm going to take a couple of motions front and back, and then with each one or each couple of ones, you can find a little bit more depth in opening, if that feels good to you. Let's do two more. We'll call this 1 and 2, and then we'll just stay here if you're feeling ready for that. One hand on either side of the leg, pressing the top of the back ankle into the floor, squaring the hips, and just really engaging those lower abdominals to help provide you a little bit more stability and support, so that the hip flexor can just sort of relax into that a little bit. And press the back toe into the floor, lengthening the knee. So I'm pressing my heel towards the floor behind me to find that length. I'm going to bring my hips all the way up, keeping myself square and relaxing the head down and shaking yes and no. Very good. And let's come back down, take your lunge again. Opening up the chest if you can a little bit without pressing into the hip. Again, engaging those abdominals. And straighten up again, dropping the head. Lengthening that hamstring. Shaking the head yes and no if that feels good. It does to me. And we'll come back down to that lunge. And bring the back knee onto the mat. And send the pelvis back. And just straightening the front leg. Just oscillating back and forth a little bit. And again, like I said, my calves are very tight, so this position is not always accessible to me, and also feels a little bit painful, but that's okay. Very good. Now I'm going to bring myself forward again, and from here I'm going to walk my right foot over to the left side of the mat, and then bring my knee down onto the floor, sending my yoga block underneath my hip, squaring myself and really trying to find that parallel rotation, shoulders in line with the hips so I'm not twisted. And I'm going to walk myself forward and just relax and breathe here for a moment. Up. Again, squaring off. So I'm really trying to rotate that left side a little bit forward. Opening up the chest. I really like pigeon. Pigeon is like so good for my glute and the outside, a little bit of IT band, and then I also feel it obviously on the opposite side lengthening, and I'm engaging my abdominals continuously to make sure that I'm supporting that. And what I'm going to do is remove my yoga block and get a little closer to the ground. Oh, I'm a little bit tighter on the right side, which is okay to be tighter on one side than the other. Very good. Rock back off of the hips. Ooh, put the feet flat on the floor. And take a couple windshield wipers side to side. And we're going to do a little bit of straddle stretch, and then we can do some splits, and I think we'll be good to start doing our standing warm-up. All right, so I'm going to face the front. I'm going to put legs to the side. Oh, hello. Hello. I got my blocks. Where'd my ball go? I don't know. Oh, it's over there. Whew. And just from here, sitting, trying to find both sides of the pelvis on the floor. And it might take a couple of seconds for the muscles to just sort of like relax into this. And that's okay. And bring the arms up and out. And just reaching on those diagonals. Gently stretching into gently lubricating that lumbar spine. And on the next time that you're at the left, you're going to lift the left arm up and over towards that right side. Ooh, and finding that rotation. And let's come up and open the arms. And let's go left and right. And the next time the arms are on the right, we'll come up and over towards the left. Spiraling that torso. Shoulders are in line with each other. And coming up, we're going to open the arms all the way down and walk ourselves forward gently. And just sitting here on the hips. So I'm not letting the knees roll towards the inside. I'm really trying to keep the legs towards the ceiling. The feet don't have to be pointed. They can just be flexed or relaxed. That's fine. And just resting and breathing here. Again, it's helpful for me to have my yoga blocks to give me that support so that I'm not bracing myself and I can actually like relax a little bit. But do what's good for you. And try to relax the quads. Your quads might be gripping right now, but if you just try to maybe release them, you'll be surprised that they're like even tight. Very good. I'm gonna walk myself up and just twist towards the right side. And so my left leg is going in opposition. So my left knee is rotating backwards as my torso is coming forward. So this is also the same thing that we do when we're in our wide second standing and our flat back. We do like lateral and flat back. It's the same idea of that wringing out of a towel, right? I'm coming to one side and finding that resistance. I'm pushing into the floor. And back up. Very good. Let's just gently find that alignment on the other side. Allowing that right leg to rotate as I'm taking my torso away from that leg to the side. Pushing into the floor so I'm opening up the back. Very good. Let's bring the legs in. Ooh, just shake that out a little bit. Let's do some splits. So we'll go ahead and find ourselves on our facing one side. And so I'm going to use my blocks again to set myself up. So I'm going to bring my leg in front. And actually I'm going to have my block be up onto that hamstring. Ooh. Walking ourselves out. And resting. Let me and squaring the hips. And opening up. So for me, I'm feeling a nice lengthening on that right pelvis, right side of the hip. This is opening, engaging those abdominals, finding the squareness in the body. And a couple more breaths here. I'm going to remove the block underneath and lengthen myself closer towards the floor. And coming down. Ooh, that's good enough for me. How long was that? Probably like 30 seconds. I used to hold my stretches like splits for, minutes. But, we're getting further and further into time, into many moons, and so we're not doing that as much. For me, the goal is really about circulation, alignment, right? So the alignment, if I'm going for my alignment, I will find the stretch. So that's really what I'm focused on, because my body is changing and things are shifting and my alignment is also changing. And like I said earlier, looking at my mom and like my mom and my dad's anatomy, I'm like, oh, that's the direction that I'm going towards. Okay, that's good information to know. Again, trying to find the squareness. Ooh, my right side is a lot tighter, but that's okay. And for me, I can feel my right quad like gripping. And so just trying to get that to relax a little bit. I'm going to remove the block and see how my legs feel. Ooh, hello, yes. Finding those splits, opening up the hips, stretching the hamstrings. Rocking myself back off the pelvis. Bringing those legs in. Very good. And I'm going to come on over to my down dog. Stretch the calves out a little bit. Pressing into the floor. Finding a little bit of rotation. I want to bring that right leg up. And just open up the hip. I'm going to replace that on the other side. Ooh, hello. And in. hands, my feet into my hands, dropping my head, clasping my hands behind my neck, and I'm pressing my head into my hands and my hands into my head, finding again that opposition. And then rolling up slowly, having my head be the last thing to come up. Very good. Shaking those hands out. And let's adjust. Let's transition into our warm-up that we know. It's like one whole song, and just taking time to adjust as the music adjusts. So there'll be moments within the sequencing where you know, things might be a little bit slower. And so I really want you to focus on what's happening in the music and connect to that as you're going through these different shapes in the body and finding that awareness in that way. So I invite you to do that. Also, I think I want to switch. I want to try something else. So after we've done the rolling down and the releve and all of that, we go to our high lateral. There we go. When we go to our high lateral, I want us to do, please hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same thing on the left. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From here, when we take our half turn to the back, keep the first side. 3, 4, grand plie. Sorry. This is 1, 2, and then a quarter turn. 3, 4, grand plie. 5, 6, releve. 7, 8. Change the feet to parallel and go to our flat back. I want to put the flat back there in between the high laterals turns and just see how that like shakes out. So you flat back for 2, arms forward for 2, plie, they come back, contract for 2. All of this is in 2. We lift up. We'll go to the, let's go downstage. So towards the front, which is my left side. Left, up, we step to the front. Open up, take your releve, extend, come center, and then left lateral. Full quarter turn, grand plie, releve, change the legs to parallel. Flat back for 2, arms forward for 2, plie, bring the arms all the way to the back, contract, come back out, bring the arms forward, lift ourselves up, spiral, down stage, close it, step to the front, taking our releve, find our center, and that'll bring us to the end. The arms, let's bring the arms up for 4 counts and then undulate and come down for 4 counts, rolling up, and then another up for 4 counts and no undulation for the second one. All right, here we go. Let me go ahead and pull up that music, get rid of my socks. And this starts with a head roll to the right, 4 counts. 5, 6, 7, head to the right, 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, add the torso. Bend the knees, bring the head down, straighten the legs. 3, 4, stay here. 5, 6, 7, 8, roll it up. 1, 2, plie, bring the arms up. Forward, 5. Track. Arms. Pull out to come up. 7 and 8. Front. Elevate. Arms up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Undulate down. Roll it up. Arms again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and open. 5, 6, 7, 8. Shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. 7 and 8. Very good. All right, moving right along. Feet. So natural first. We do all of our plies. We're gonna do all of our tendus with our different arm positions. 1 set slow, 1 set double time. We do our weight shift. 4th, we open up to the second, to the side for second. Heels together, passe up, send the leg back. 4th, come back to that half turn. Heels together, switch. Front, open up to the side, stay to the side, passe up, to the back, come to the front, heels together, passe up. Next one, front, open side, quarter turn to the front, stay to 8. Back, face the left, outside quarter turn, stay and left, front, and open quarter inside, stay till 8, and back, face the right, outside, stay till 8. Third part, front, face the side, 3/4 turn to face the back, and to the back, same side, outside, 3/4, front, and we go 1, face the left, 3/4 inside, and to the back, face the same side, 3/4 outside, 7, 8. Yeah? All right. Let's see. No. All right, let's just go to our music that we know and love. Here we go. Natural first, deep, then 1. Up, and float the arms up, push the right foot 1, and left 2. Lifting on that supporting side, weights forward on the balls of the feet, elbows then lift up, nice wide back, and down, elevate, bring the arms down, left foot 1, and right 2, and left 3, double time from the top, here we go, and 1, float the arms right, left, elbows bent, up, and left, nice tendus to the front, slow, right foot 1, and close, and left, and right, and front, to the side, back, front, abdominal tilt, helping and working the left. Left leg to the front, we go 1. Inside, to the back, and front. Inside, to the back, and front. leg swing. Actually, before we do leg swings, let's do some lateral stretches. So yeah, I've been having some kind of thing happening on my ribs on the right side, and I think it's just because I'm using the side body without always warming it up properly. So I wanted to make sure that I take some time to do that. So what we'll do, same thing that we usually do like in-person class, that I don't know why I'm not doing it in my kitchen class. So I'm remedying that. Left arm is up. We're gonna take 4 counts over, 4 counts up 2 times, and then the other side, 4 counts over, 4 counts up, then 2 counts, 4 times, 1 count, 4 times, then we'll go to our sequence, adding the left arm and going over in 1, 2, change to your flat back. So the legs are not gonna change, but we're just gonna keep that rotation. The same thing that we did in our straddle sitting on the floor. Horizontal swing to the other side, change the pelvis lateral and up, same thing on the other side. Part 2, we'll do 1, 2, take a grand plie, 3, 4, straighten the legs and go to your flat back without dropping that knee in and rotating the hip. But from here, I'm actually lifting and rotating in 2 different directions to find my flat back. Horizontal swing, lateral up, same thing on the left. Part 3, we'll go over into grand plie, into push to your lateral T and stay 6, 7, 8. Come back to your grand plie, find your flat back, horizontal swing, lateral and up, same thing on the other side. All right. I guess we should do bounces ahead of that, huh? Let's do 4 bounces, high lateral, 5, 6, same thing on the other side. We'll do that 4 times. And then we'll go into our lateral stretch. So no 2 count bounces, just 4 counts, and then into our lateral stretch, then into our sequence. All right. Where's my music? Yes. Flat back, other side, lateral, and lift. Woo. Yes, 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 yes. All right, leg swings. Let's do 4 leg swings, high lateral, promenade around 8 counts, lateral T 4 counts, plie 2 counts and straighten 2 times, passe up, develope front, carry side. Yeah, passe up again, side lunge, first, left leg. 4 leg swings, high lateral 6, 7, 8, promenade around 8 counts, lateral T 4 counts, plie 2 counts apiece 2 times, passe up, develop a front, opening up by lifting the chest and your leg going to your side, not the side of the room, but your side. Passe again, side lunge, C curve around, right leg tendu, Part 2, we'll do a lateral T. So you just go right into your lateral T, and then you're gonna stay there and hold. Simple, that's it. Passe up, side lunge, first position, left leg. Part 3, go to your front T, contract in for 2, out for 2, in for 2, all the way up. Ooh. You know what? Let's go to our front T and let's go, hold on. And yeah, let's go to a stag today. So, 4 leg swings. You'll go to your front T, right? We're gonna contract in for 2. We're gonna come out for 2. And then from here, we're gonna contract in for 2. But then when we come out, we're gonna come out to our stag. And you'll stay there 4 counts. After you get into your stag, you'll plie and come up to your passe. And then we'll go to our lunge stretch that we have. Facing the side, staying there for 4 counts. And then facing the front, 8 counts. Tailbones up, head down, 4 counts. Rolling up, 4 counts. Left side. 4 leg swings. Front T, 6, 7, 8. Contract in for 2, out for 2, in for 2. The downstage, in for 2. The upstage arm is going to circle back. The downstage arm is going to sweep forward. You'll stay here for 4 counts. Then we're going to contract, bring everything into the middle, come all the way up, down, and out. You have 4 counts to get there. Stay here for 4. Face the front for 8. Tailbones up, head down for 4, and then roll yourself up for 4. All right. All very familiar things. Slightly different order or variations on things, but all the same nonetheless. Here we go. Right leg, 5, 6, 7, and we swing 4. Going to our high lateral. Stay there. 7, 8, promenade, 1. Halfway, take it around. Lateral T, 4 counts. Adjust that bottom foot. Plie, 2 counts. And straighten. Again. Plie. Passe up. To the front. Open up. Passe again. Take it down. In. Left leg. Here we go. 1. Grand plie, high lateral. Promenade around. Lateral T, 4 counts. Plie. Again. Passe up, 2 counts. Front. Hold it up. down on the floor. Let's do variation on 7. So again, for hips, instructing a little bit more on those hamstrings. And then let's go into, let's do fortification 10 with our side fall ending. And then let's go into our coccyx balance. So 4 counts up, 4 counts down, transverse first, 4 times, all the way up to our coccyx balance, just to sort of establish that position in the body. Twice, 2 counts. We're gonna go right into our sequence after the 4 counts. So we'll come up, 1, 2, shift to the right, finding those obliques on the outside, coming back to the center, jackknife up, open to your V, close it up, and then lie it down. Bringing the arms by the ears and circle the arms down. I think you only have 2 counts. So we'll come up on 1, 2, we go to the left, 3, 4, extend, 5, 6, come to your center, 7, 8. Coccyx balance up, 9, 10, open up, 11, 12, close it on 13, 14, lie down 15, 16, yeah? All right. Yes, yes, yes. Core, 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 to help support the back, to help support the trunk and the side of the body, transverse abdominis, those lower abdominals that, again, support the back, and our organs, and our spines, and all the things. Where is... Okay, here we go. All right, let's do the right leg inverted first. Why is my mouse not moving? There we go. Thank you. Five, 6, 7, right hip. 4 counts up. 4 counts down. 2 counts. Arms. Roll up. And hold through the balls. Roll up. Stay here, 16. Walk to the back, 4 counts, 1. Stay here, 16. Walk it up, 4 counts. Change legs. And down. Left hip. Here we go. 1. 4 counts up. 4 counts down. 2 counts. Arms, legs, and legs and roll up. 16 counts. Walk to the back, 4, 3, 2, 1, stay here, 16. Bring it up. Change. Down. Nice wide chest. 4 counts to the floor. 2 arms over your head. Sitting up. Right foot. By your side. Right foot, 1. Hips. Left. Sitting up. Lateral right. right side. Left ball of foot. Right. Sitting up. Lateral left. Taking it around. 5, 6 on fire side, and heels 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Again, and up. Down. Again, up. One more. All the way up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Again, up. 2 counts. Shift. Extend. Center. Lift up. Open. Close. Again, up. Extend. Center. Lift up. Open. Close. Again. Right and left. Up. Up. Last side up. Up. Very good. Knees into your chest. You did it. Not too bad. And drop your knees to one side. You look to the ceiling or look to the sides of the knee. And opposite. Very good. Into your belly. Marching up. Sit back on your knees. Ten push-ups. 5, 6, 7, and we go. 1. 5, keep going. 6, 7, this is it, 8, 9, one more, 10, and rest. Yeah. Yeah. Very good. All right, let's go to our table because I do want to do tables. So let's do some tables before we move on to our phrase. So our table study, I think, I don't know if I want to do a 9 count or a 12 count. 1, 2, 3, 2. Okay. All right. So everything's going to be in a 3 count. We're going to start on our parallel first, or 6th position, depending on what technique you're talking about. It's so interesting, like all these techniques, like literally the same movements, called different things in different orders, with different initiation points or like focal points. But movement is it's literally all the same, which is so interesting to me too, because we are so stuck on like, you need to be original, it needs to be original, like, but what's really original anyway? Everything's already been done and movement is natural, right? Like, I don't know. Especially I feel like, little soapbox, especially when it's folks that don't have any like understanding of dance history or any kind of like things that have been done in the past already, and then they start moving and they feel like, oh, I created this new thing and I'm calling it this because like I created it. And really to me, I'm like, ooh, that sounds so like ignorant, and ignorant not as like a slander, but like ignorant meaning like lack of intelligence or lack of knowledge, because you don't even have any understanding of like dance history to even know that this thing already existed or these movements already existed, and then like you're claiming that you created the thing. And I'm like, but you didn't though. You just don't know because you've never done the work to like understand how you even got here. Anyway, so we'll move on. Tables. Starting in parallel first. We're gonna come up in 3 counts, open up in 3 counts, find your table in 3 counts, stay there for 3 counts. Plie 5, 2, straighten the leg on 3, 5, 2, 3, lateral T, 6, 2, 3, stay there, 7, 2, 3, go to your side T, 8, 2, 3. Stay there, 9, 2, 3. You're gonna come up to your table, 10, 2, 3. Change the leg, 11, 2, 3. Close it in 12, 2, 3, other side. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. 5, 2, 3. 6, 2, 3, stay, 7, 2, 3. 8, 2, 3, stay, 9, 2, 3. Now when I come back up to my table, my side T, my leg is parallel. When I come back up to my table, I've got to turn that leg out again. 9, 2, 3, change the leg, 10, 2, 3, bring it in front, parallel everything all the way down and up. Let's do two sets. And it's just gonna be in a nice little 3 count. Here we go. Right leg up. And open. Turn it out. And stay. Lead it. Lateral T. Stay. Stay. Go to the freeze. So very good. Whew. We started this one last week, and so we'll just continue on with it. Yeah, left leg is gonna go back. 1, you're out 2, we're in 3, we're out 4, Let's cross over, come down, turn. I'm kind of just like marking this for myself. I'm not really teaching it. Hold 2. And we go back right, right, left. So I stag. In to go out, to change, to the floor, up, back, right, release, front, look up, look down, look up, and fall out. Okay, yeah, that's what we had. All right, so left leg steps behind, and it doesn't have to be like a perfect lunge or anything. I really want you to go for the feeling of the energy moving and not necessarily trying to find a particular position, right? So you're coming around, out, bring it in to come out. From here, you're gonna turn yourself around. So left leg comes around like a supinu and step out on the right. That's another prep to come in. Extend the pelvis forward and step down. You're here by 1, you hold 2. Right leg comes back, 3, 4, you're gonna roll. That's not right. Yes, that is. 6, you find your stag. 7, 8. Okay, so hold on. We're here 2. Right leg, 3, left leg, 4, to roll yourself down into that spiral, stepping on the left leg, and you're gonna find your stag. 6, 7, 8. We come in, extend the leg to your side T, change legs, go to it again, another spiral to push the pelvis up and slide back. You're gonna go right arm, right foot and arm, left foot and arm. You reach out, you come in, we face the front and open up and keep your head looking front first. Then look up, then look down, collect the hands, use those obliques, and then slide out. And that's all that we did for last week. So let's just do that like a couple times just to sort of put it in our bodies and remember. And then I'll add on some more. Mm-hmm. Whew. Right, these legs are like getting they're a little tired, but that's all right. Okay.
Watch for me, you swallow it all. Come, is here just for me.
Ready?
To come, done.
1, 2.
Darling, you've been out of touch with me so distantly. You don't give a fuck that I'm all alone. Is it justified where you go at night? I see the look in your eyes, oh, it's so clear. Oh, it's hard what I feel inside.
Okay, so also this hair needs to go all the way up. When you are going to your stag into your side T, I want to try to keep that fluid. So don't stop it, but find the continuation in the movement so that you're continuing to go from one thing and connecting seamlessly to the other. I mean, we do a million stags. Also, that's part of the advantage of being in a small space. It's like we can work on some of these smaller shapes and be a lot more articulate and intentional about those transitions. So use that to your benefit. So when we come up off the floor, let's see, where are we? 2. So we're here 2. You go right, left. I'm shooting myself a little bit further towards the side so that I'll actually have some space. My left arm is going to circle back as my right arm is coming up. And then as soon as I get there, I'm taking a breath to come into the center and extend the leg out. From here, I'm going to shift to the other side and then take my pelvis down. I'm scooting myself forward. Honestly, I'm trying to really work this face. Here, and then facing the front. Yeah, let's do that again, and then we will add on, except Jenny's got to remember what the adding on was. Oh, yeah. Okay, yes. Also, what happened to my foot? Okay. Whew. Let's go. Let's go.
Just for me to come undone. Darling, you've been out of touch with me so distantly. You don't give a fuck that I'm all alone. Is it justified where you go at night? I see the look in your eyes, oh, it's so clear. But I'll put aside what I feel inside. I'm still here, and I'll stay here just for me to come undone.
Okay, very good. We're on the floor. You're out to the side, this way. You're gonna roll onto your belly. Hips come up. Send yourself forward so you do a nice body roll up. To step outside turn. Then you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and back corner, back, and then you have reach, reach, in, reach, reach, in, and then you're accenting out, up, take a hug in the space. Yeah. So those little like steps, forays, are your own. After I've come up, I do my outside turn. You'll hear the music is building. So we're matching that. You have another up, up, down, down that can go in different directions. And then the last one will go forward. Let's mark it from the top so you can hear where this music is building and how I'm envisioning the movement.
Just for me to come undone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Darling, you've been out of touch with me so distantly. You don't give a fuck that I'm all alone. Is it justified where you go at night? I see the look in your eyes, oh, it's so clear. But I'll put aside what I feel inside.
4, we go.
I'm
1, 2, 3,
still
1, 2, 3,
here.
1, 2, 3,
And I'll
1, 2,
stay here
3, 1, 2,
just
3,
for
3,
me to come undone.
2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah, let me just try to play that. See if I can find that last little piece.
Justified where you go at night. I see the look in your eyes, oh, it's so clear. But I'll put aside what I feel inside.
4, you go.
I'm
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go from the top and add that on.
And I'll stay still just for me to
Ready?
come undone. Darling, you've been out of touch with me so distantly. You don't give a fuck that I'm all alone. Is it justified where you go at night? I see the look in your eyes, oh, it's so clear. But I'll put aside what I feel inside. I'm still here, and I'll stay here just for me to come undone.
We're gonna do it again. Listen, 2 hours is a lot. 2 hours by yourself, talking to yourself in your kitchen. That's a lot. Let's do it one more time and then I'll add a little bit more.
And I'll stay still just for me to hum, done. Darling, you've been out of touch with me so distantly. You don't give a fuck that I'm all alone. Is it justified where you go at night? I see the look in your eyes, oh, it's so clear. But I'll put aside what I feel inside. And I'm still here, and I'll stay here just for me to come undone.
From there, on done. 4. You have 4 counts to get there. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna release down 1 to face the other side. Yeah, I wanted to do a strike turn, but I don't think that's possible. We can take this as a figure 4. I want to do that. Please hold. Please hold. Dame a segundito. I could do it that way. Yeah, okay. So 2, 3, 4. We'll come down. Down, transition over, come to that strike. You're gonna bring it in right away, change the pelvis and come out. Step yourself over to your plank, and then from here you're gonna go to the left, to the right, to left, to the right, open up to the back, sitting on the floor, reach. We're gonna come in with the arms over the head, and then we're gonna lie all the way out onto the floor. Yeah? So, we did reach, reach, in, reach, in. 1, 2, 3, 4, drop it down. Down, up, over, through, out, over, sit, to the back, arms up, 2, head down, 3, 4. Yeah? Let's keep that there. Go from the top like 3 times, and then we gotta say c'est la vie because au revoir, that's life, au revoir. Because we gotta go on to the next thing of the day. All right, here we go. 3 times. Whew. Ready?
Darling, you've been out of touch with me so distantly. You don't give a fuck that I'm all alone. Is it justified where you go at night? I see the look in your eyes, oh, it's so clear. But I'll put aside what I feel inside. And I'm still here, and I'll stay here just for me to come undone.
Release.
Darling, you're way too much for me. Yeah, you smother me. Yeah, you push me there, and I'm up.
Whew. Top again. Number 2.
But I'll stay still just for me to hum, done.
One more.
Well, I feel inside and I love you still. And I stay still just for me.
Oh, that was it. It was just in a different. I wasn't used to hearing that. Okay.
And I stay still just for me to hum, Darling, you've been out of touch with me so distantly. You don't give a fuck that I'm all alone. Is it justified when you go at night? I see the look in your eyes, oh, it's so clear. But I put aside what I feel inside, and I'm still here, and I'll stay here just for me to come undone. Darling, you're way too much for me. Yeah, you smother me. Yeah, you push me down and I'm falling.
We did it. We did it. We did it. Good for you. Happy Thursday. Whew. I will be putting this up on my YouTube, so it'll be available from today through the weekend. So just happy to be able to have a practice with you all, because this truly is a practice for myself, because let's be real, I'm in here in my kitchen doing all of the things technically by myself, even if there are people on the other end that are viewing this like it's work for me. So I'm just grateful because, to be honest, like, we had to adjust, right? And I'm really proud of myself and for all of you that like continue to keep this practice going, and also that like hold me accountable, right? When y'all don't see kitchen classes, you be like, where's it at? What's happening to it? So like that makes me also feel really good to know that like you find value in this, and it's like an accountability partner for me. This is like going to the gym, right? Like, or whatever. You have your like workout buddies, and you know, go for whatever, walk or some kind of exercise class or something, like to keep us active, even when we're in limited space. And it's been super challenging, I think, especially kind of now, as like we've been doing this now a year and a half or so, or a year and 4 months, like for me to find new configurations in this space and like new ways to think about creating movement. I just really enjoy the challenge. So thank you for that. And I hope that y'all have a great weekend, and I'll be talking to you. Oh, I should mention that the mayor of Boston declared Indigenous Peoples Day for October 11th. And although it will be the marathon, and it's the first time that the marathon is coming back, that's going to be a big part of the media cycle, and not this Indigenous Peoples Day declaration that was made yesterday. But you can definitely click on the link in my bio, my link tree. The link tree has the announcement, and it's a quick video. It was like, I don't know, probably 5 minutes in total of her talking. So I would just encourage you to check that out. And then like, thank you for those that, you know, support that cause. For 2019 or 18, when I did Hot Water Over Race Fist, that was one of the calls to action, is supporting UAIN and Matoan, and really getting the legislature to like push on this. And it's been a long, hard, uphill battle that that organization has been working on since 2015. So if you're one of the people that, you know, signed that petition, we appreciate you, and also like continue to engage with Indigenous and Native issues here. I mean, Boston, Massachusetts is like ground zero for, you know, all of the problems, if you ask me, that the invaders brought here. And yeah, me as a Black Native person in these contemporary times, like I am clearly a product of colonialism. So what the invaders were aiming to do 400 years ago, like they definitely accomplished that to a degree. And I'm grateful to be in this current moment of not hiding, even though it was like illegal for us up until 2004, for us to like be, you know, speaking our language and all of that. And although I don't speak a whole lot of my native language, like reclaiming that and being in spaces where the language is being spoken and being around the folks that are doing that kind of work is really encouraging and empowering to me, because also these issues were not even on my radar, right? Like growing up, we grew up very much, you know, working class folks, working class parents, and you know, they were focused on like keeping a roof over our head and working and like all of those things. They didn't have the luxury or the privileges to really engage in the native space in that way. So I feel like honored that my parents were able to do that work and like set me up for me to now be able to have the opportunity to continue to do that work of reclaiming culture. Yeah, my Cape Verdean culture is like another thing on the list that, you know, we want to be like reclaiming, because as immigrants, and if any of you are, you know, immigrants yourselves or, you know, come from parents of immigrants, like assimilation is a huge thing, right? Like you come to America to assimilate, like don't worry about what's happening at home or whatever. Of course, like sending money and stuff, but like as far as really integrating into American culture, like that's a huge thing. And also that fits right into the cycle of this, you know, colonial cycle of like trying to just erase people and like reprogram them into what it is that they want the capital, you know, how they want people in a capitalist society to support that machine, which has now turned into like, you know, these 1%ers and like people that don't have much of anything. So anyway, I'm on my own personal journey, and I'm just grateful to be uncomfortable and like step into that discomfort all the time as a way to progress forward. So anyway, thanks again, and I will talk to y'all next time. Take care. Bye.